co-founder of Trustt. Gautamji, welcome to the stage and looking forward to a great interactive session.
Yeah. Okay, great. Now, thank you very much. Good morning to all of you. In the last session, that was the panel discussion that happened on smart lending panel. Okay, I really liked one of the comments that was made by Ashish from Northern Arc. He said the real differentiation will come on how you connect with your customer. Right? He said that there is really no differentiation that you can create in the BFSI sector at the most 3 months, maybe 5 months, but the real differentiation only comes when how you are connecting, what is the kind of culture that you are building as to how you are connecting with your customer, right? So I mean that's the something that he mentioned. Also, I think that it touched upon whether Gen AI can be an enabler or a disruptor, right? So that is another aspect that was covered. Okay, I mean not dwelled at depth, but I think it's very well kind of dovetails into this presentation that we have. Okay, sort of come in kind of we have my colleague here. Okay, so before he starts, let me just tell you as to what we believe. So I mean November 2022 is when ChatGPT was launched. Okay, and thereafter of course a lot has happened. Okay, I mean in 2023 was largely a year of experimentation. People were just looking at in terms of how you can use ChatGPT for the power of generative AI. Okay, I mean they were not really specifically the BFSI sector. Okay, maybe the MarkTech, they adopted Gen AI faster than the other guys. Okay, but BFSI sector had a lot of doubt about it. Okay, in terms of how you want to do generative AI. Will it really, the data will go somewhere outside or not? Okay, can I call OpenAI APIs because it is going outside of India? How about the PII? All of those questions were the important questions that people were asking. And they are very valid. Okay, in terms of how you can use it. So 2023 was largely in terms of POCs. Okay, people were asking for, okay, can you do this? Can you show me that? Can you do an email automation? Okay, those are the kind of things that people were talking about it. Okay. In Jan 2024, I was talking at, I was one of the events. I think it was a DNB event. Okay, and I said that 2024 is actually going to be a year that we will really see some amount of adoption when it comes to Gen AI by the BFSI sector. Okay, and that's true because even our product, okay, we are now into the final stages of going live, okay, with a very large NBFC, okay, for a use case that we will talk about it. Okay, so what I said is that customer service, okay, is the lowest hanging fruit when it comes to Gen AI, right? And why so? Because all of you know that the entire experience that is there for a call center, any kind of a contact center, it doesn't matter how good or big or large the organization is, the contact center experience is really broken, right? So I call a number, then I have like 9 options to be selected. Okay, maybe the language selection also happens. Maybe some of the call centers are better off, they know the customer of the language. Then you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 13. At the end of the day, you actually really want to speak to a human being. Okay, or at least you may want to think that you are speaking to a human being, right? That's what it is, because otherwise it is never contextual to their particular customer. Okay, so that's where I believe that Gen AI can actually have a dramatic effect. Okay, and why so? Because on the other hand, RBI asks you that you need to support customers in all the major languages that is supported in India. That is a mandate. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that now you need to have people who will know these kind of languages. Okay, so maybe one person knows 2 South languages, but somebody from the North, maybe they know Hindi only, or maybe people will know Hindi and their local languages. So think of it, where in order to meet that regulatory requirement, you may have to do multiple people to be hired. Okay, and your cost will go through the roof. So that's what we believe, that can voice based language, Indian language enabled customer support can be done by bots supported by Gen AI. Okay, so And at the same time, we said that customer support, I mean, human will be in the loop. I mean, that's another thing that has happened in the last 1 year. Okay, we have seen that it's not like generative AI. Initial euphoria about generative AI is slightly ebbing. Right? Initially, people thought that generative AI can solve any problem that you have. Right? I mean, it's like the the magical wand, okay, which Harry Potter will use it and can convert anything to anything. That didn't happen. Okay, we realized, specifically in the in the technology world that we started working with, we realized that it can do certain things well, but it is not good at certain other things, and it will never probably be good at certain other things, right? Okay, and how do you, so therefore, the human in the loop was a very important aspect. Okay, so I believe that even in customer support, okay, while there will be self-service to the end customer in multiple languages, okay, there will always be a greater opportunity to do co-pilot. Okay, so where the human is actually assisting the customer, but that human being need to know only English or Hindi. A customer can speak in Tamil, Telugu, Marathi, Bengali, whatever. Okay, but the translated version of it is coming. I can give the answer in English. The answer goes to the customer in the language of their choice. Okay, that's possible, feasible. We will showcase to you. Okay. Then the other thing that we talked about is that how do you actually drive new revenues. Okay, so any technology that needs adoption, finally it has to lead to better revenue realization and better bottom line, right? Okay, so how do you do new revenue generation or revenue generation at so loan, let's say, how do you acquire more customers, okay, using Gen AI at a lower cost. Okay, so that was one of the things that I believe that will be an important one. Okay, then internal training is another one, right? So how do you improve customer service? Many a times when you actually go and walk into a branch or go and talk to a particular customer support officer, okay, that person really does not know what the organization has to offer as a whole, right? So our internal guys needs to be helped. Right, so there are so many circulars about the RBI. And I know it's a very active regulator. It keeps coming. Right? How do you make sure that summary of that circular is known to people? Okay, how do you ensure that if there is a question that is coming up, I can ask some assistant, okay, which is sitting inside the bank, even if it is not customer facing, right? And how can that be helped out to do internal training and internal enablement of your people? Okay, so I believe that was one of the big use cases that can actually help in terms of generative AI. And the fourth one was in terms of democratizing the data analytics per se. So I think in the last panel as well, we were talking about it, is that how we can actually understand the analytics of the data, how it will help me to do a better risk management of the customer. Okay, so I think generative AI is also good in that. Okay, when you have a lot of data that is available, it can bring out insights with a multidimensional vector analysis, okay, which is not possible by human brains, right? So those are the areas that I believe that are going to be really transformative when it comes to usage of generative AI. Not for everything, may not be yet for risk assessment, okay, may not yet be for very complex kind of an activity, but it has made significant amount of progress over the last 1 year that I've seen. Now with that, I'll come back on some actual demonstration of the application, okay, and show it to you. So I mean, a question to all of you, okay, what is the active user base of WhatsApp in India? Any guesses? Sorry? 60-70 crores? Okay. Yeah, so it is about 535 million. So it's like 53 crores. Okay, very close on that. So that's the kind of active user base of WhatsApp that is there, right? Another question, everybody will know this. How much time does it take to make a noodles? 2 minutes, right? Okay. Okay. Can you do a loan in 2 minutes on WhatsApp? Yes. Let's see that. Let's see that flow. 2 minutes loan on a WhatsApp channel, okay, where you have reached out to your customer, either cross-sell, existing customer base or a customer base that is already there. You bought a database or whatever, you have sent it out, so you're not calling them, you're not spamming them, you're not getting filtered by spams. Okay, that Izaz was mentioning, right? Okay, here you've sent a WhatsApp to this, so this is a WhatsApp that the customer has received. Now let's go through this flow. So that's sort of my colleague. Okay, so he just clicked on apply for loan. Okay, all right, are we connected? Okay, it's come. So if you see, so this is, while the what is getting powered by this is powered by Trustt, and the large language model that is powering this entire flow. Okay, and this does not use OpenAI APIs, because we know the sensitivity of the data being in India, and the models can also be deployed within a bank or an NBFC, or we can cloud host it on our setup as well, right? So this is the setup that is going to. Now it is a very simple flow, okay, which is saying the full name, mobile number, monthly total sales, and what is your business, the GST registered or not. It's an SME loan generation flow, right? Okay, let's go ahead. So he's typing certain things, and like as a customer does, okay, he just said Saurabh Kumar and he put some number. Okay, he's not giving all the 4 items, right? That's a typical customer behavior. You don't know that they will give all the 4 items together or not. Okay, so it caught that. It is saying that, okay, you have provided these 2. Okay, can you now give me your monthly total sales and your business registration? He is writing in English now. So he is writing Mera monthly sales, yeah, 20,000 रुपया hai. Okay, so it did take it. Okay, so it has fetched from that mobile number details, through the API integration, that this is your PAN to mobile linked. It is given that, and it's now saying that, okay, this is what it is. Next, can you upload your bank statement, right? So obviously it has gone to a backend service, which we provide, digital identity services. Okay, and now there's an upload. So there's a bank statement that is getting uploaded. Okay, so the basic checks that GenAI will do, that it is really a bank statement or not. Okay, but if you want to do deeper bank statement analysis, maybe you'll use your existing provider of the APIs. Okay, and it goes there and does the certain data extraction from there. Okay, so GST certificate, Udyam shop, one of this thing it is asking again. Okay, because that's what is required. So he is going to upload another one. Right. So now it is asking that what kind of a business do you run, and what kind of products you sell. So that depends on the amount of information that you want, depends on your origination flow, and so this is the real origination flow for a digital only NBFC. Okay, where we are working with them. Okay, without revealing their names. Okay, so मैं एक retailer हूँ. And क्या बेचते हो भाई सौरभ? परफ्यूम्स बेचते हो तो लिखो परफ्यूम. So of course the backend engine is being called, and this guy has been given a loan of so much for a tenure of this much at interest rate. Okay, now so that's the flow. Of course I was talking in between. Okay, so a very depending upon, of course, how lengthy your flows are, okay, you could do a customer engagement which is, to their delight, right? And not only this, we can even shorten the flows in terms of saying that, okay, आपके पास दो document है, आप डाल दो. That's what we are. We are an assisted nation, right? Okay, we all love being assisted by somebody. Okay, we have a gardener, we have a car cleaner, we have 3 maids at home. Okay, we also want our loan officers to come and fill up everything and say, मैं खाली document पटक देता हूँ, right? Okay, that's exactly what the experience you can create here. Okay, let him give all the documents. Let the AI do the job before, in the back. It will find out as to what kind of documents did you give, did you actually give all the required documents or not, okay, and they'll say, okay, I will look into it, I'll come back to you after a while, right? So that's the kind of experience that you can create, okay, and truly the experience that you create for engaging your customer, okay, whether it comes to origination of a new loan or, in terms of customer service, is what will define you, what will differentiate you, okay, and this is being powered by the Trustt GPT product, which is the LLM based, large language based, Gen AI product that we offer. So very quickly we'll move to another use case. Okay, I think we may not have, all the time, but nonetheless, this is another use case. You show that, in terms of proper customer support. See, one part of the customer support is that you really want to know about the products that your organization offers, right? Okay, now, and this kind of a query can be automated. People can ask the question, they can ask what kind of offers you have, and you can probably do a best fit in terms of what can be, what is the best product for this particular person, right? So there is a product discovery part of it. Okay, so the product discovery works pretty much on the knowledge base that we create, which is specific to an organization. Okay, so this knowledge base will tell you, in terms of whether if your organization asks something else, it will say, sorry, I don't know, right? Okay, it will not be allowed to hallucinate, right? So, okay, let's go through this. You can also talk, okay? So I'll show the language options that we have, okay, very quickly. So we support multiple languages. All the 17 Indian languages are supported, plus some other languages as well. Okay, we have, but even if I have selected, let's say, Indian English, okay, I can still talk in Hindi and it will catch. Okay, that's the beauty of the system. So you just ask a question that what are the different variants of credit card HDFC Bank provides, right? And this is done on the publicly available information on HDFC Bank's website, okay, which we have taken and we have ingested into the
a range of credit card variants with different features and benefits. Some of the notable variants are 1. HDFC Bank Regalia Credit Card, Reward Type, Reward Points 2. HDFC Bank Diners Club Metal Edition Credit Card.
Okay, next question. You can talk also.
I used to dine a lot during weekends. Which of the HDFC credit card should use in this case?
So this is a fitment, right? I'm asking a question which is very specific to my needs. Okay, and based on the knowledge base, it is giving you a suggestion.
For dining at standalone restaurants during weekends to earn 2x rewards capped at 100 reward points per day with HDFC Bank, the ideal credit card would be the HDFC Bank Diners Club Metal Edition Credit Card. This card offers benefits specifically tailored for dining experiences like the one you enjoy during weekends.
Can you please explain me about the charges and all for the Diners Club?
So it is giving you the information about, what are the different charges applicable, what is that. So this is all coming from the knowledge base.
Is about the
right?
HDFC Bank
Okay, stop that.
Medal Edition credit card. Here are some.
Typo and all this. That is taken care of.
You can just, that's okay. I mean, it didn't do the, okay, you can just do the ticket creation or whatever it is, right? So from product discovery, we are moving into, like, I'm actually an already existing customer. Now I want to see, let's say, there's a payment that I want to make, okay? Or I made a payment and I had a query around that payment. It's not reflecting in my card account, right? Or I want a download of a statement, okay? All of these kind of things can largely be automated. But when you want to speak to somebody, we will take you to, a co-pilot mode as well, okay? I mean, we are of course running short of time, but we started late, Soumya.
मुझे एक
Okay.
टिकट रेज करना था, एक इशू है, प्लीज हेल्प करो.
सौरभ ने ब्रेकफास्ट नहीं किया. All right. So since you are asking for a ticket raising, it's asking that, okay, you have to, log in using your email or
Please
mobile.
enter or speak your mobile number. Please enter the OTP sent to your registered mobile number.
So the OTP was masked, okay?
Thank you. You are successfully verified.
I want to raise it.
Huh? What happened?
I need to check that.
Okay.
It's taking time.
CC पे दिखा दो.
Let me ask you.
Okay, no problem. Just show the the CCP. So this is the front end which is used by the human agents. Okay. Now once somebody says that I want to talk to an agent, it'll you can see that you will see both the conversations. Conversation that is happening between the customer and the bot, and by with the agent and the customer. Okay. So basically what happens is that the bot suggests the answers, and the agent can choose to use those answers or choose to edit it and then send it across. Okay, so that's where when it comes to something more complex, okay, something that may not be, the bot may not be really able to do a better justice to it, it is then the whole, the conversational customer engagement platform, or CCEP as we call it, okay, that takes care of it. So I'm like over 3 minutes, okay, so the floor is open for any questions. What you saw is GenAI in action, okay, and this is something that is really being adopted. I have already 5 paid projects which is going on, okay, so I mean, and some of them are NBFCs.
Thank you, Gautam ji, and I think we can have a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. Gautam Bandyopadhyay, CEO and co-founder of Trustt, for that very interactive and very unique session on the power of generative AI in customer service and support. Now, in the interest of the time, Gautam ji, we can take one quick question, but just wanted to tell you that Gautam ji and the entire team of Trustt are available throughout the day today. Please take your time to visit the stall number 1, where the entire team of Trustt is there, and they will be happy to help you learn more about their unique offerings. But any question, please raise your hand. Yeah. Please do introduce yourself and your company, and try to keep it to one question, please.
Yeah, hi, good morning. My name is Deepak. I am from Rajsi Infin Consultants. See, as you told that your the Trust GPT is having all those features of uploading data and everything, like KYC or bank statement. So, is there any feature that the system automatically identify whether the uploaded document is the edited one or the original one? Means sometime what the borrower do might be they have done some addition in the bank statement or the GST certificate. So is this application has the facility to identify that?
Yeah, see, this is a much harder problem to solve. Okay, meaning if you want to actually do at a document level and see if there is any edits that has happened, okay, like a Photoshop or so, that is at a pixel level. Possibly it's possible, okay, but I don't think we will be doing those validations by looking at the document. We will rather, for example, if it's a GST number, I will rather call the GST verification API and check if the details are fine or not, right? So not everything needs to be solved through the through the power of Gen AI and putting the GPUs behind it. Okay, there are easier solutions. We must take that. Okay, in this particular case, the easier solution exists.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gautamji. And now I would like to call on stage Mr. Sadaf Syed, Chief Executive Officer from Muthoot Microfinance, to kindly do the honors of felicitating our wonderful speaker here. Sadafji, thank you so much for doing the honors. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. Gautam Bandyopadhyay, CEO and co-founder from Trustt, for his wonderful presentation session here, very interactive. And thank you so much, Sadafji, for doing the honors.